hello everybody. We are live at our Mid-America Tile office in Elk Grove Village. So hello to everyone that is joining us. I will give you guys a couple of seconds. I know Instagram is working to notify you all that we are live. So a couple of quick housekeeping notes before we actually get started today. My name is Jillian Dale. I'm the marketing manager here for Mid-America Tile, and we are so happy to have you guys joining us today. We will be talking today about Terrazzo, and we could not be more excited to show you guys all of these fun lines we've got. A couple of quick housekeeping notes. If you have a question anytime during this live stream, please feel free to go ahead and leave it in the comments below. You can also leave us a like or a heart. Send us some love if you see something we're talking about that you absolutely love. We also do have all of our previous episodes can be found on our YouTube channel. You can find that by going just to youtube.com, search for Mid-America Tile. We do have an entire channel devoted to all of our live streams. So far we have done Made in America, so tiles made in the USA. We have done tiles with fun colors, and we have done tiles with fun shapes. So without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to our host today, and they will start telling us all about our fun Terrazzo looks.
I'm Barry.
I'm Jordan, guys. Hi, I'm Karen.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the history of Terrazzo, and I promise not to put you to sleep. According to archaeologists, though, they uncovered Terrazzo floors in Turkey that date back like 10,000 years ago, which is before my time. We like the story that the Italians tell, though, which is very sweet. It's a version that the Venice stone workers, as they were working on the job sites that were using higher-end stones and decorative pieces, I don't know if they put them in their pockets to slip them home, but basically they were just stealing from the job site, the scraps, took them to their homes, laid them on the floor with some cement, and voila. Actually, that's French, but you know what I mean.
They were the first recyclers.
They were the first recyclers. Well said, Jordan. Yay, yay, yay. So regardless, we love that the history of this, whoever invented it, is timeless and is definitely back in vogue. And we'd be remiss if we didn't tell you a little bit about the fact that original Terrazzo floors were just a bugger to maintain, all that buffing and waxing. And today with the technology, they're making it in porcelain, and of course there is no buffing or waxing. I'll turn it over to Karen.
Thank you. So as Barry said, she took us to Venice, so we're going to go here to Venetian marble. That's the name of this series. You can see we've got it here in 4 colors. This is a super simple series for us to remember. There's 4 colors available. What is this, party color?
Rainbow.
Rainbow.
Is the name
Rainbow,
of the color.
and then some muted grays and a darker. 24 by 24, 12 by 24. 4 colors, 2 sizes. It's really nice. The aggregate size is uniform. It brings in a lot of colors. You can see we paired it with brown here, but you'll like pairing it with any other of your tiles, your field tiles. Over here, we're going to come to something actually that swings us a totally different direction. The designer of this tile wanted to take Terrazzo and say, what can I do with it now that they wouldn't have been able to do with it in ancient times? So this is actually a wood look tile in a cement look tile. So here you can see this is a larger chunk. It's also available with a smaller aggregate, different colors. So just reimagining Terrazzo in an entirely different way. And as Jillian pans down, you'll see that we have some tiles that you may be familiar with us from before. If there's something on the table that appeals to you, let us know. We won't go over them today, but these are the things we like pairing them with just to show off how beautiful this tile is. Next, we have Venetia. So this is coming to us in a 24 by 48 size. There's 4 colors available in this series. You can see as Julian pans over it, some of the little bits of aggregate actually look like they've been polished. So more of a polished stone has been dropped in. It's a very quiet series. The color palette is muted. The bits of aggregate are pretty uniform, but you can see there's also variation in the bits. It's really very pretty.
I've seen this done with metal profiles too, and it can be absolutely gorgeous, especially on a wall.
Oh, you mean as a side?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Joints.
Yeah. Oh, as a
yeah.
traditional. Love that.
You would use For us, we offer our
PROFILITEC.
PROFILITEC is the company that we work with. That's actually from Italy. They're the manufacturer of those profiles, floors and walls and everywhere in between. So we have a fun, super vibrant, super colorful series called CEMENTINE COCCI, and it's this 8x8 square, and it's available in 4 different color combinations of these large, really, very intense aggregate chunk pieces here. So you've got a black and white blend, a blue, kind of a mixture of some colors, there's a yellow combination, and then in addition to those 4 decorative pieces, there's also all of these nice solid colors. So there's actually 5 of those, black, gray, white, blue, and yellow. And we've actually seen some really successful projects using even just the nice, beautiful solids. There's still enough of like a little bit of flex to it, a little bit of texture, which makes them just really fun and interesting. And they're porcelain, so they may come across as maybe more of a decorative piece, but they can be on the floors all over the place, so lots of versatility. Another series that has some color to it is this Florence series we're showing you in this beautiful blue color. I like this series in particular just because this blue in particular, to be specific. It's just a nice muted blue, really beautiful in person, but just tons of versatility where this could go. I like the bright kind of white crisp chunks of aggregate that are scattered really evenly throughout the whole piece, but there's cream and taupe and beige and a couple different shades of gray available in this 24x24 series. Nice matte. There's a little bit of a shimmer flake to it across the board, but you can see that some of these terrazzo looks with so much movement pair really nicely with some really beautiful solids, so lots of potential there.
Then we'll move to the exterior pavers, the 2 cm or 3/4 inch porcelain pavers. And we're probably all familiar with seeing them today. They're very, very popular and highly functional for exterior. Interior too, but really more for exterior, whether it's a big plaza, even paving sidewalks in a city or town, roof decks, pool areas, gardens, etc. This is the first time we've seen a terrazzo look. We've seen lots of stone, we've even seen wood. We carry all of those, but our friends from KRONOS, domestically made, have come out with the terrazzo look and also a monochromatic look. The terrazzo has a more bold fleck, and the monochromatic, many of the colors complement the terrazzo, is also a fleck but much more subtle. The sizing on these is 24x24 or 12x24, and they also make a bullnose coping for stairs, pool surrounds, or just an edging wherever you may need it.
We've been talking about lots of terrazzos. This series is called Terrazzo or Terrazzo. And it comes from Italy to us. It comes in a bunch of different field tile sizes. What we're showing you here is the 2 different formats of the different scales of the aggregate. So we've got a larger maxi version where these larger chunks that show up actually have some sheen to it. They actually have some physical embossed texture, which is really fun. And then this smaller aggregate format they call mini. So you've got maxi and mini in 4 different colorways, a bunch of different rectangles and square formats, and then they get really jazzy and make some fun deco pieces that go with the series as well. This is a favorite of ours, this kind of square grid that uses the uses the mini as the field in the background and then kind of overlays this graphic. So we've got these cute little squares that are somewhat translucent, so you can still pick up on some of that aggregate underneath it, which is just kind of fun, and utilize any of these complementary pieces to designate a seating area or designate the wayfinding through a space on your project. Lots of fun potential there. So another colorful series, I feel like I got all the colorful ones, is, we've talked about CEMENTINE COCCI before, Florence. This guy is called ABITARE, and it is again some nice 8x8 square porcelains that have the fun decos. but we also really love the nice, beautiful solids. This guy has some really tiny micro aggregate to it that actually does have a little bit of a sheen, a little bit of a sparkle to it for just a really elegant installation.
But also hides dirt pretty well.
It does.
It can be
And I
elegant
feel
yet
like
dirty.
that's so true of so many of the different
Yes.
terrazzo looks. Like, is that a crumb or is that part of the tile? It's part of the tile. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So hides lots of life that happens on top of the tile. But yeah, I don't know. I just really like. It's got a really nice soft matte finish to it. Feels good under bare feet, or feels beautiful rubbing your hands against it on a wall.
This is just timeless.
Yeah.
You can have that
Yeah,
there.
you can just make this work with so many different people's styles, so many different types of project applications. So lots of potential there. So
And then in timeless, we have pinch. So we're showing you the deco piece right here, but out of all the tiles we have here, I think this one's particularly true to the original terrazzo look that we're all familiar with. It's available in 24 by 24 matte and polished. We're showing you this polished deco, and it's great because it shows you all the 4 colors that it's available. There's the white, the dark, and then there's a warm gray and a cool gray. So, and then there's that deco, which is
one of a kind. And you know what? The print on this guy for this pinch is just super authentic.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just
The graphic.
The graphic is super convincing. It's just the right scale that we're all used to seeing in the natural terrazzo.
But no ceiling buffing or waxing.
Yeah. Low maintenance, beauty of porcelain. So matte and glossy for that guy.
So we've gone to the traditional and now we're come to the untraditional. So this is trendy. We love her. She's like a little bit of funfetti dropped into your project. You can see here she's brought some pink. She's brought some other fun colors. We see this in any sort of application where you'd be dropping sequins, sprinkles, any place that you just want to have a happy space in hospitality, in
Children's, doctor's office for children.
Yeah.
Pediatric.
Student housing.
Yes, there you go.
Clothing boutique.
Nursery school.
we just see
We could
her-
go on.
She's
A clown's house.
yeah, when the clowns are coming over, pull out your time.
This one just makes us happy, so we think of a lot of different kind of fun, cheerful applications for this guy. But would be very sophisticated if you partnered that with really cool black wall tile against,
you're
you
right,
know,
it
like
would.
you could dress it
It
up
would.
and not.
Like we have it on the black wood.
Yeah.
I think it really pops.
Yeah.
So
And
We're
now
loving her.
now that Karen and Jordan talked about all the funfetti, colorful ones, we come to my hexagons. These are from Spain,
They're
and
fun.
we're actually very excited to see terrazzo in an interesting geometric shape.
Yes.
Very excited about it. And these are porcelain, absolutely suitable for any type of application. These are about 9 by 10 inch. And it's just the 3 colors, but these 3 colors are also available in a 24 by 24, or is it 36 by
I think it might be
36?
36, yeah, 36 square.
It's getting bigger. 36 by 36 polished finish as well, if you wanted a companion for that.
we watered it so it would grow.
We watered it so it would grow. And we're all becoming familiar with the thin gauge porcelain panels. This is obviously an itty bitty teeny weeny piece of it. They traditionally come as large as 118 inches by 39 inches. Even they're stepping into the terrazzo ring. As we said before, it really is on trend. So if you have an application requiring a thin gauge panel in a terrazzo look, or any other look for that matter, give us a yoo-hoo.
And then coming over here to COCCI, this is kind of, we've called it terrazzo on steroids. So what they've done is it looks like they've taken some decorative tiles, broken them up, and then put them in fields of concrete. So what's interesting here, they have the concrete look here, and here it doesn't stay consistent. So there's a lot of movement to this tile. We actually, as much as we love this, we also really have seen the field tile work really well. It is just the concrete background of the decorative. What I like about it, here you don't see it as much, but on this one you can see there's aggregate changes in that. So it's a concrete look where you actually still have some movement with some finer points of concrete. COCCI comes 36 by 36, or here we're showing it in the 12 by 12. And here is a bit of the field tile, where again you can see that background and movement of
It's like
the
natural
aggregate.
cement, yeah, like concrete, like the original, yeah.
Because there is still like some larger chunks
Yeah,
of,
like here.
Right.
of pebbles and whatnot.
Perfectly
in them.
imperfect, we like to say.
It's a nice movement. And actually the field tile, the plain field tile, the non-spiccato, non-deco, there's actually even more sizes available. So
Then the 12.
yeah, they're 12 by 24. I think there might be a 24 by 48. So
You may be
Lots of
dizzy
info.
from looking at all these spots.
Yeah.
There are more where these came from, but this will give you an idea of the breadth of terrazzo looks that we have available. Thank you for joining us.
we loved having you.
Thanks for coming.
All right, guys, we are just going to quickly overview everything we've talked about today. If there are any questions remaining still, feel free to chat it right into the comment area there and we will address that. If you think of a question kind of after our presentation, feel free to send us an email. You can email marketing@midamericatile.com and we will be sure your inquiry is addressed as soon as possible. This video also will be up on our YouTube channel along with all of our other live episode streams. So you can find us on YouTube, just search for Mid-America Tile. We do have a channel devoted to all of our live episodes. And just finishing up here, thank you again so much to Barry and Jordan and Karen. And thank you to everyone that has joined us today for our tour of Terrazzo. We will see you guys in just a couple of weeks, and we have not determined our next topic yet, but we will let you
Surprise inside.
all know as soon as we know. Thank you guys again so much for joining. Have a wonderful Tuesday evening. We will see you soon.